And I want to thank everyone for being able to join me on the webinar tonight. This webinar is going to be piggybacking off of the webinar that you just watched about one trade. Now, I'm just going to show you some different ways that you can use one trade to make your dreams come true. But I do have to tell you that I'm not a financial advisor and that this is not financial advice. This is for informational purposes only. Secondly, this webinar is set up basically for people that either they want to start their own business and they don't want to try and have to get a loan. You may already have an established business already up and running and it's not making a profit yet, and you need to keep funding your business to keep it going. Or either you already have an established business and you want to expand, but you don't want to have to, get a loan because you don't want to be on the wrong side of compound interest. You just don't want to go in debt doing it. You may want to start a nonprofit, or you might be a part of a nonprofit, either director or board member, and you don't want to have to worry about how to fund your nonprofit every year. Or you could be, your child could be on a sports team or a cheer team, or you might be the coach of a sports team or a cheer team. And the car washes and the donut sales and everything is just not cutting it. And so you want to fund your team, or it just anything outside just being personal that you want to fund. This basically is the webinar for you tonight. First of all, I want to say, don't over leverage yourself. Don't invest more money than you can afford to lose. Say, for instance, if this platform decided to shut down, whatever money that you invested in buying the crypto, it's not going to hurt you. Second of all, don't put yourself in a gap. Says if you need the funds like in a year or two, then don't over leverage yourself. Okay, so start at the very bare minimum, and if that's all you can do, that's all you can do. It's going to grow. Okay, so with that being said, let me switch my screen. Now I went to ChatGPT and I asked it some very specific questions. Now, like I said, I've invested $100 in USDT into a platform. Now, the great thing about this platform and operating in cryptocurrency is $100 worth of tether is the same amount in United States dollars, Canadian dollars, Mexican peso, Russian ruble, Japanese yen, Australian dollars, and everything else in between. Okay, so I'm earning at 0.6% daily. Now, in the business presentation, Mark showed you an average of 2%. On the platform, it tells you, on the One Trade platform, it tells you that the lowest daily earning that you can receive is 0.6% daily. So I'm showing you the smallest amount that you can earn. And anything above that you earn is just a blessing and extra. All right. And this is a constant earning, and I'm reinvesting my earnings every day. And I'm not making any withdrawals. So how much will I have in year one after 1 year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is what we will have in 6 years. See, it starts off slow and it jumps from 7,800 to 6,900 from year 2 to year 3. And then 6,900 to 620,000 in year 4. Okay, now what you got to realize is this. You have to multiply these numbers by 2 because you remember you're going to be receiving 200% when you turn off the auto reinvest. And if you decided to drain the entire account, you're going to receive the 200%. So this right here is going to be right around $11 million. This right here is going to be around $96 million. So like I said, but of course, you don't want to take everything out of it and these numbers, like I said, is after each year has been completed. Now we know people are going to be taking profits along the way. So you might be adding additional months to these years and these totals, okay? But like I said, multiply everything by 2. Second of all, at least here in the United States, this tether is an asset. Assets here in the United States aren't taxed. Now I don't know about it, in your country, so you have to know your financial laws for your country, but it's an asset. So all these numbers that you're looking at, even times 2, is not taxed. Just it's not like when you was an employee, when you tax from penny one. Okay, when you was an employee and you looked at your paycheck, there was a gross and then there was a net, and there was a huge big difference in them 2 numbers. Well, here you can start living your dream. Here you can stop just surviving and you can actually start living, because instead of having more bills than income every month, here you can have more income than bills every month. Okay, and like I said, that was just, and this right here is a 787% increase. What kind of job, what kind of stock market, what kind of bank account, like savings, checking, anything like that, is going to give you a 787% increase year over year? Then I came down and asked it, if I did just the $100 and if I add additional $50 a month, how much will I have in the accounts? And this is how much of a difference it's made every year. Because even here, you remember year 5 was 5.5 million, and it was 48 million. Look at the difference now. Now, then, because we're dealing in business and not personal, we think differently. So we think in larger numbers. Still earn at the 0.6% every day, and without making any withdrawals. Because all these numbers that I'm showing you now is with the auto reinvest turned on. You do have to turn off the auto reinvest, and when you turn off the auto reinvest, whatever you earn that day goes into your income balance, your wallet that's within the platform. But eventually you will earn, or you will receive that 200% if you decide to turn off the auto reinvest until everything's out. So I just want to make that clear. So then I came down and I asked it, how much will I have in my account if I started with a $5,000 and a $10,000 deposit? Still earn at 0.6%. The auto reinvest is turned on. This is 5,000. This is 10,000. And see, by year 4, you got $31 million in the account under 5,000, 62 million under 10,000. Year after year 5, 275 million, 551 million. And if you can wait to year 6, that's 2.4 billion, and that's 4.8 billion. You don't have to get a loan. You won't ever have to worry about getting a loan. You can open up multiple locations. You can sponsor all the cheer teams, all the AAU teams, and anything else you want to sponsor. You can open up as many restaurants as you want to open up. Because see, now with all of this in your account, and you're going to do what Elon Musk and Bill Gates and all these and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg are going to do. You're going to take these assets and you're going to go to the bank and you're going to borrow against them. Remember, I don't know if you ever know it or not, but I don't know if you ever heard Robert Kiyosaki say there's good debt and there's bad debt. Well, that's good debt when you borrow against your assets, because it's all debt. You pay off the principal, but it's all debt. So no taxes. It's already no taxes because it's asset, but you have debt against your asset. So I just wanted to just show you different ways you could use this one trade platform. You can always go to ChatGPT or Copilot, or let me show you. There's a site called the Calculator website. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's see. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second. Let's see. For some reason, oh, there it goes. It should be coming up in just a second. There we go. You can use this website right here, and make sure daily compound is highlighted, and you can just plug in different numbers. And make sure it says daily. Just plug in 0.6% here, whatever your starting balance here, and your years or months, and make sure it include all days of the week. And if you want to do extra deposits, like I showed you with that $50 a month, put it in here, and then it'll calculate it for you. So for people that's still on the fence about using this platform, I just want to tell you this. This platform has already been working without you, and it's going to continue to work with or without you. So why not just go ahead and start with the minimum amount and be ahead of the game? So with that being said, everyone have a great and wonderful, blessed evening, and I will see you on the next webinar.